And you've got to pick the things that are critical and make sure you carve out the space to fit those in.
Yeah, and in terms of time and energy, do you feel that in the growth of stages of a company, is it impossible? Is it like literally impossible to spend quality time with your partner, or is there any balance, or what is the reality of it? I guess
it is difficult. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Having a startup, launching Netflix was like having a second family, a family who woke up in the middle of the night and cried, a family that required you to go away and take care of an emergency. And you also have your real family. And I had young kids who were waking up in the middle of the night and crying and were requiring me to travel away on emergencies. So it pulls you in all directions. And it's almost like the big rocks model of time allocation. You've got to pick the things that are critical and make sure you carve out the space to fit those in. And at Netflix, in those first few years, even before then, my wife and I had this principle that every Tuesday, 5 p.m. sharp, I would leave the office. And she had a babysitter, and we would have a date night.
Yeah.
We just go downtown, we go for a walk, we'd glass of wine, go see a movie, but we'd spend time together away from the kids, away from the business. And it was really hard at first to preserve that time because it's a startup and everyone's always grabbing you. So in an emergency meeting before 5, either talk to you on the way to the car.
Yeah.
But the magic of it is that once you've defended it successfully for a month or two, everyone realizes it's futile to even ask. Mm-hmm. And more importantly, they all begin going like, well, nothing's going to happen on Tuesdays after 5. I can now take some time off on Tuesday after 5.
Absolutely.
And it ends up giving them space. But perhaps the most important thing is it models for everybody what the culture really is. Mm-hmm. It models what the priorities are.
Absolutely.
If the CEO of the company can do this, well then I guess I can too.
Yeah, sure.
And culture is not what you say.
Yeah.
It's what you do.
Yeah.
So we can talk all we want about how we believe in family and balance, but then no one ever takes vacations and everyone is there until midnight every night. That's saying one thing and doing another, which besides not modeling the behavior also says that you are insincere, liar. So, probably the most important lesson that I've learned from 40 years of being an entrepreneur is, and this is going to sound strange, but I am not that special. I've really come to realize that so much of what I've done are things that anybody could do, that these things which I try and beat into people are not rocket science. They're not things that take a great education. You don't even need to be that smart. It's an attitude. It's being willing to start. It's being willing to take a risk. And those are things that anybody can do. And I've just realized almost everyone I speak to, they're smarter than I am. They're more hardworking than I am. They're better prepared than I am. And they just need to get going. And if I can let people know they can do this, then I will really have accomplished something in my life.
That's beautiful, Marc. And thank you so much for placing such a strong emphasis on life, as opposed to just business and as opposed to just investments and mentorship and entrepreneurship, but really putting that emphasis on relationships and love and connection and service. So thank you so much for doing that.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for watching. And if you liked what you saw, I'd love you to subscribe. And if you want to be notified of my future releases, well, you know the drill. Just hit the bell.